request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
I am able to pursue my duties with optimal efficiency, thanks to Skyhold's present state.
Good.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Now, where is she up in the next one? There she is.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
So what do you want exactly?
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
I mean, if you want to, I'll help, but...
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
I'm glad that they're both focused on, like, the present, and it's not like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go be the divine now.
A message from Divine Justinia.
That's a shock. You all right reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died.
And you just got it now?
I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
You know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
Ooh.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the Chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Okay, cool. That's actually kind of
I
interesting.
didn't get the chance to say so earlier, but welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again, no?
I'm thankful to be back. No one should enter the Fade.
And you've done it twice now. Shall I count you fortunate or unfortunate?
Both.
Anything I should know?
Celine has cemented power in Orlais. Good, we need an ally like her. At the moment, she's said to be rooting out the last of Gaspard's supporters. Once that is done, we will have a united Orlais behind the Inquisition.
I thought they were working with us, like...
Seem to know a great many people.
It seems like it's only Celine in power.
And on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
What do you know of Morrigan?
She's changed. She used to be so disagreeable, cruel. She said things just to hurt people. Now the sharp edges have worn away. Perhaps it was Kieran. He seems so normal, like any other little boy. And so polite. Not that I was expecting anything else. I mean... never mind.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused about how that all resolved, because I felt, or I feel like them all working together is not what's actually happening, and maybe I misinterpreted it somehow, but... Like, I mean, she would still be the face of it, so there's that side, but... Quite strange, the way that they're talking about it, nonetheless.
Mother Giselle said the Maker is acting through us.
Now, we are able to judge somebody here, but what I'd like to do before we end the episode is go in and sell a few things that we're not using, and maybe even take a look at some of the tier 3 that we've picked up. So let's take a look in selling our valuables, first of all. That's good. Some of these we don't need, like the basic ones. Bianca arms, we have better ones already, and I believe we have even better than that. And do I really need all this formal attire? I don't think so. I'll keep one for, you know, old time's sake. Your Legion mask I'm gonna sell. And we could sell a few of these hook blades. Okay.
If I hear one more fuller called a blood groove.
So I'm thinking...
Now let's see here. So we've got a... we've got formal attire that's a tier 3 light armor schematic. And 152 to 177 armor rating. That's crazy. Got the helmet at level 2. And that's really the only level 3 that we have. It's worth trying it. So this is the defense slot. We can go cotton. Armor slot. Yeah, I'd like to get the higher armor rating. Defense-wise, 2% healing bonus from all sources isn't bad. %, heal bonus. Heal bonus and spirit resistance from the Samite, which we have a lot of. So let's grab that. Utility, we've got 4. Don't know if I want to use the dragon scales. Don't really need the dexterity. I'm thinking the nug skin for cunning, but... And then, plus 10% to stats on chance, or on success. Okay, now these are where it gets pretty intense. We have a lot of these fade touched. 10% chance to drop caltrops, doing 50% weapon damage. On kill, plus 20 to magic for 10 seconds. That's pretty good. Heal 15% of damage taken over 10 seconds. That's pretty good. Here's a tier 3. Abilities cost 10% less mana and stamina. That's pretty good as well. The other ones, they just give us like a chance. Anything fade touched is a guarantee. Applies the following to any crafted weapon or armor. Plus 7.5% extra focus for each enemy within 8 meters. And it says abilities cost 10% less. I think that's going to be pretty good for us. Healing ethereal formal attire. Let's call it the formality cloak. What we were wearing, 172. It's not that much different, but now I can give something to, say, Dorian that's a little bit stronger. There we go.
Almost gotcha.
Where is... here we go. Check out the weapons. Now, from a staves perspective, we've got a masterwork witch staff. We've got a tier 3 staff blade schematic. Let's just check the one that we're currently using here. So 133 DPS with a whole bunch of other stuff. But it's quite well upgraded. We've got a two-handed half that we could use. A blunt staff edge. Let's just see. Like, we really have no clue. Yeah, see, these are just the upgrades. Okay, and then these ones, like the actual staffs themselves, that's what's going to dish out the damage. I don't see anything that's going to be within the range of something that we want, though. Maybe this crow blade, but still, it's only tier 2. So I think I'm going to hold off because I don't have any, like, tier 3 actual weapons. We have little upgrades that we can do to them and such, but... Okay. I think we're good in here for now. We'll head to the war room and see if there's a couple of things that we can get people doing, and then we will end it there. I'll touch base with Josephine as well.
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was unmasked, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
You don't see the Empress of Orlais almost killed in cold blood every day.
Not so brazenly, no. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing so few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
The Empress realized she was in danger.
She's always in danger. Those loyal to her should have practiced more vigilance. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Playing the game was thrilling. We did just make history.
Indeed. Tales of this affair have begun circulating in Val Royeaux. Although I do
Typical.
wish Varric would show a bit more restraint in his accounts of the evening.
Oh, yeah. Unsurprising that Varric is being the loudmouth.
It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
Our alliance with Orlais holds. For the present. They'll send aid on request.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlay's support, our numbers match his. Corypheus's followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Perhaps they'll rethink following the Darkspawn Magister from the dawn of time. Where is Corypheus now?
After you dealt with the Duchess, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds. He's moving south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
It could be a trap, though.
They've terrorized Thedas long enough. We end them now. If Corypheus is hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we'll go.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one.
Uh-oh.
Fortunately, I can assist.
You have my attention, Lady Morrigan.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
'Tis best if I show you. This is an Eluvian.
Oh, that's
an
what it
elven
is.
artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
This belonged to my people.
I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Eluvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
Really? Okay. So much for putting people to work at the war table.
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost. I call it the crossroads, a place where all Eluvians join, wherever they might be.
This is incredible.
This place is extraordinary. How could this even exist?
Who can say? Formed from the fabric of time and space, perhaps. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better.
That's so
For
bizarre.
a time, I was safe from those who hunted me, but only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
What What do you mean, a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Eluvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
I suppose you have such a key.
The key can be many things. Each Eluvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
And is this something that Corypheus wants?
Corypheus wants to come here.
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh. Like Corypheus wanted to do with the Anchor.
He learned of the Eluvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
Well, that's bizarre. So she is obviously pretty knowledgeable about all of that, and she's not willing to come out and fight with us, but if she did, it would be devastating for whoever we ran into. But there's a lot more to her than we know, I think. And I, for one, want to know everything there is to know. Okay. Oh, I see.
Wandering the gardens, I see.
You seem to know a great deal about elven law.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Until next time, then.
Wow, okay. So things are getting messy. Plant a new seed? What? That's cool. We need blood lotus. I didn't know we could plant stuff. We need elf root as well. What about over here? Okay, so it's just one that we can plant. That's it.
Inquisitor, Elan Vimal. Honored to represent the College of Herbalists and offer my services as apothecary. I intend to carry on the work of my esteemed colleague, Adan. He thought highly of you. You will be missed.
I look forward to working with you.
And I you. I wasn't sure what to think of you people, but recent events have put those doubts to bed. All the mundane needs of Skyhold will be well tended. If you note anything special, let me know. I'm here to serve the cause we must.
Okay, cool. Letter to an Inquisition agent. My darling Wilbur, I am so proud of you. We hear so much about the Inquisition in the village. It makes me happy to know you are doing your part. I'm sorry about what happened to Haven. I will light a candle in the chantry for the fallen. Please take care of yourself. I know what you're like. When things get busy and the fate of the world hangs in the balance, you must take care of yourself before you can help save the world. You know, don't forget to eat. You're still in the mountains? It must be cold and wet. Why couldn't it be in a fort in the Hinterlands? Then you'd be closer to home. Well, I'll dress warmly. Shall I send you a blanket? Anyways, you should write more often. I don't understand why you can't tell me what you're doing. You shouldn't keep secrets from your mother. P.S. What do you mean I have to address the letters to Rector? Is that what they call you there? Why? Your name is Wilbur Quigley. It's a good name. Wilbur was your uncle's name. He fought in the Battle of Riverdane. We are all so proud of him. Are you ashamed of your given name? Why are you ashamed, Wilbur? I have no clue who that's for.
worship.
Quite the collection. Wonder how many are in the set.
Oh, so she's there with me as well now. Very cool. Okay, let's see what other options we have here. Underworld knowledge. We could grab maxed or focus. I think that's going to be the best one.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
Okay, I'm just checking out the different options here. There's a lot of options. So these are done. Located the Venatori Enclave. Fires on approach. Assume they torched their camp while retreating. Not the case. Camp already destroyed. Venatori dead. Dwarven tools found, but no dwarves, alive or dead. One Deep Stalker corpse found. Signs of blight corruption. Best guess, Venatori surprised by forces emerging from the camp well. Assume they left the same way. Well collapsed. No passage available. Or no passage possible. Enclave scoured for resources for return to Skyhold. Okay. Marquis Buffon. The Grey Wardens fought their way through the mountains. The demons were savage, but the Grey Wardens held them off with great determination. As a result, we've located Marquis Buffon's secret stronghold deep in the Gamordan Peaks. The Grey Wardens continue to fight bravely, but they have suffered many losses. I recommend deploying them with care, lest we lose them entirely. Okay. And forging a way forward. The Thibault family is becoming a clear favorite in the war of station that is ongoing between the noble houses. The Borderlands have all but ceased to exist socially, and many are scrabbling for traditional alliances. Lady Eustace Richelieu has emerged as a strong voice at court and is suggesting several arranged marriages to solidify ties, and presumably the standing of her house as arbiter and matchmaker. Fair enough. Okay. Negotiate a deal for weapons plans. Liberate Emprise de Lyon. Make contact in the Emerald Graves. Aid those impacting the Civil War. Truth or Dare the Endgame. What is that about? Ambassador Montoyer, we have never met, but I believe you have, through discreet means, saved me from a most disagreeable connection. As I dislike being indebted to anyone, I shall endeavor to repay you with the great news... with a news item of some interest. Were you aware that the Grand Duchess of Lydes recently paid a visit to Lake Celestine? Indeed, she stayed an entire fortnight as a guest of Duke Alvin Blanchard of Valmontaine. In light of her other connections and the curious amount of coin which spread across the region in the aftermath, you may wish to pay him a call. Send our agents in. We can expose this connection to Florian for all the world to see. If Duke Blanchard was conspiring with Florian, the Imperial Court would like to know. Yep. Make it public.
At your service.
Okay. Defeat Marquise Buffon. We have Marquise Ephiloche Buffon trapped in her fortress in the Gamordan Peaks and are preparing to make a final assault. While we might earlier have ignored her transgressions in light of the greater threat to the world, it is good that we did not. Marquis Buffon's crimes go well beyond smuggling or illegal mining. She has an ally in Lady Jeanette Legaspe, who has come with Venatori mages to defend the Marquis. The Wardens have their concerns about the Venatori using blood magic or their ties to Corypheus to influence their minds, but are prepared to follow your orders. We cannot delay for long as demons in the mountains continue to harass our flanks. If my scouts can find an alternative entrance, the Venatori may not have time to affect the Wardens. We've no choice but to send the Wardens in. They must be prepared to fight whatever the Venatori attempt. I think this is one for you, Cullen.
To work?
And, let's see... So, the Inquisition is now a force to be reckoned with. Call its allies to rally their soldiers and march with Inquisitor Llewellyn's army to the Arbor Wilds, where they will face Corypheus' zealots one final time. The Inquisition must stop Corypheus before the Darkspawn Magister finds a long-lost elven artifact in the wilds that allow him to enter the Fade physically and claim its power. Okay. So that's what we're working towards. Let's see. House Amladaris. Dorian has completed his research using the Liberalum and believes he has found a connection between Corypheus and an ancient magister named Sethius of House Amladaris. This would be difficult to prove and may be of limited use, but it's worth noting that House Amladaris still exists. Even the accusation that Corypheus and Sethius are the same person would be worthy of a scandal in Tevinter, one that the current members of that family might be desperate to avoid. Send the information as a gesture of goodwill. Let's see what they do with it.
Inquisitor.
Okay. So what we could do, we could liberate Emprise du Lion. We could make contact in the Emerald Graves. Red Templars on the Storm Coast, granting them a foothold in Ferelden as well as easy access to the Waking Sea. The port itself provides a strong defense from outside attack. Full assault by our soldiers might eventually yield results, but not without casualties. A smaller group may have better luck. Small initial attacks could secure the surrounding area and distract the Templars from our larger plan. Go for it. Our soldiers have conducted a number of small successful attacks on Red Templar patrols up and down the coast. We have them on edge. The time to strike their main stronghold is now. New area unlocked. Okay, not quite now. So that's in the Storm Coast. And I guess we can do these ones here. Make contact in the Emerald Graves. I'm contacted by a Fairbanks who says he has information of value to the Inquisition. He offers a trade, the information in exchange for the Inquisition's help in eliminating a dangerous rebel band calling themselves the Freemen of the Dales. There have been reported sightings of these rebels all over the Dales, where they have caused significant problems for our Legion troops. Uprooting them could be a good move for us. First, let us see what Fairbanks has to say. He is hiding out somewhere in the Emerald Graves, a legendary Dalish forest. My spies report that he is well acquainted with the area and its terrain. He could prove a useful asset if we choose to trust him. At your word, I'll send emissaries to meet with the Fairbanks. Or to meet with Fairbanks, along with hidden agents to watch him. Go. Lead Scout Harding made contact with Fairbanks and his men in the Emerald Graves and had a run-in with the rebel freemen of the Dales. They were as violent as we've been led to believe. As for Fairbanks, Harding was unable to coax much from him. He will only share what he knows with the Herald of Andraste, it seems. Fairbanks is holding his information close to his chest. I wonder if he might relate to something bigger than just the freemen of the Dales. If there is a chance at all, then we must learn what we can from him. Harding has set up an outpost in the Emerald Graves. Be careful, Inquisitor. The Forest of the Graves is treacherous and home to enemies both new and ancient. Okay, very cool. So let's open up here as well. The hills of Emprise de Lyon are in peril. A maidservant recently returned from visiting an uncle in Sarnia spoke of gruff, helmeted men about the village's quarry and the appearance of strange red crystals in the fields close by. I suspected red lyrium and sent men to investigate. But the bridges leading to the area had been destroyed, the Red Templars' handiwork, I wager. If we do not act quickly, all of the Highlands may be lost. I wish I bore fairer tidings, my dear. My warmest regards to your family. I pray for the quelling of these winter winds of chaos, that we may meet again in springtime. The Elfsblood River froze over after an unseasonable chill. We need brave soldiers and sturdy mounts, but it's our only path into the mountains. We broke through to Sarnia, and Lead Scout Harding is with the Vanguard sent to establish an Inquisition camp. Her early reports indicated the red lyrium is spreading. Okay, so Emprise de Lyon, but not now. So that should get us access to a lot of the other areas that were previously locked for us. And that means that we can finish off a couple things that we've been holding off on. One, I would like to finish up Cassandra's Seeker contracts. I would also like to go and deal with that Winter Wyvern for Vivienne. And Blackwall as well. He's gone, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's judge. I have to guess. I have to guess who this is. We'll see if it's who we thought earlier.
I do not believe a reminder is necessary for this accused. Her capture and disgrace could not have been more public.
Must be her.
Grand Duchess Florian de Chalon,
Yep.
although her titles are among the dignities already at risk of forfeiture. You spared her life despite her treachery. What becomes of it now falls to you.
I had a feeling that we might be able to judge her. Huh.
Out of your element, Florian. Welcome to the Inquisition. My party.
That's it?
Despite her posture, Lady Florian has acknowledged your authority.
Should I curse you on behalf of the Elder One? I realize he had no intention of honoring the concordats I manipulated. Do as you must. I respect your mastery of the game, even as I despise your victory. Celine does not know her fortune.
She remains a creature of formality and opportunity. We have use for both. Grand Duchess, Josephine will see that your wiles profit the Inquisition. Don't disappoint.
Well, that's an interesting turn of events.
Oh, one must remember that the game is never truly over, your worship.
So, are we just setting her to... That was not what I intended to have happen. Playing to win operation available. How very bizarre this is. Well, tell you what, let's do this. Let's go to, is it the plains? Set fire to the pit. Where is it? Got rifts here. Storm the Red Templar stronghold. Find a key to Valimar. I would like to do that. What I'm really looking for is... Vivienne's quest. Okay, well, I can't find it for some reason. But the Hinterlands, this key to Valimar is kind of interesting. So let's actually head there. And see if we can't find this thing. Let's take out Dorian. Blackwall's... I don't know where he's gone to. Take out Vivienne. Let's take out the bull. Okay. Now, I don't know why she's hurt after just getting here. I think one of the things that I'm going to do here is actually... hide the helmets again if we can. Okay, bull. Let's grab here. Flames were up from the fissure left by the Earthshaken strike, damaging enemies that cross it. Now, I don't know if this thing is going to be heavily guarded or if we're just going to be able to find something on the ground. Uh-oh. Oh, God. That the lush and beautiful Grand Forest Villa is so far from Redcliffe Castle seems odd, only that one learns the history behind its construction. More than an age before the Orlesian occupation of Ferelden, Arl Jason Guerin ordered its construction to serve as comfortable living quarters for his close friend, famed singer and swordsman Ser Coram the Bard. Arlessa Marguerite, Jason's wife, evidently understood and supported her husband's relationship with Coram, only stipulating that the Bard not live at the castle to avoid any public scandal. Arl Jason's Ride was a popular tavern song for many years, jokingly honoring the Arl's attempts to return from the villa before the sun rose. Ser Coram lived happily there until his death in bed at the age of 90, several years after the death of Arl Jason himself. The aged Arlessa Marguerite ordered Coram's body burned with full honors in a hunting cloak that belonged to the Arl. After Ser Coram's death, the villa was used by the Arl's family for guests and as a summer home for younger family members. It was abandoned during the chaos of the Fifth Blight. Okay, let's use the Ocularum here. Okay, so we got shards available to us. Now, I'm guessing the key could be on that upper deck there. Let's see if that's the case. Look at this place that we've got. Yeah, we're onto something. That's gotta be it. There it is. Alongside a letter on the desk in the Hinterlands. A letter from the Carta. We hired your mercenary organization to facilitate this business venture, not add complications. In order for the Carta to extract the product without attracting undue attention, the area must be free from observation. If the fighting between the apostate mages and the renegade Templars is insufficient, your efforts were to dissuade refugees from exploring the area and interfering with our operation. We are meeting at our primary base of operations in Valimar to determine the next course of action. At your earliest convenience, send representatives to the location marked to explain the situation and obtain new instructions. Very Interesting. Okay, so, in terms of what left to do in the Hinterlands, it's mostly just little things. Nothing too major, really. So yeah, okay. I'll tell you what, we'll take a little break here. When we come back... Oh, wait, 1 second. Whoever the Red Templars are, they've become very interested in the area. Their appearance suggests a familiarity with the product that cannot be coincidence. Focus efforts on eliminating them, ideally in such a way as to place blame on the growing Inquisition forces in the area. If we can get the two groups to kill each other, that should be less work for all of us. Oh, great. That's fantastic. Okay. We have the nice view. We'll take a little break. We'll come back and we'll plan our next approach. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.